All right, guys. What's up? What's up? Two-way, Quentin, Bill, James, Andy. Hold on. John, Mike, Scott, Netron, Missouri. What's up, guys? All right. So, what's up, Jack? Johnny, Illard. All right. So, looking on my scanners, BT popping up here, INSM. CRZO. I'm a little worried today just because the volume's back pretty low again today. LMFA probably looks like the best one today. AMD actually broke down a ton here after it finally broke out of this range. What's up, AR? Good morning, man. Yeah, I mean, yesterday I just kind of stuck with the strategy that I was supposed to use, and it just didn't work out. I kind of tried to tell people yesterday that it's like, this is my third day using the strategy, and it's not like it's not like it's a subjective. There's a subjective way to approach the strategy. Like I have to just follow what the strategy does, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's 3 days in. It's kind of funny on YouTube. You typically get a lot of people that come out, and every time you have a losing day, they say, "Well, you need to take my educational course and buy it. This is what you're doing wrong, and this is what you're doing wrong." But the truth is, like with this type of strategy, it's like it's when I back tested, it's when I paper traded, and there's not really a subjective way to approach it. I mean, the way you approach the strategy, at least that I kind of organized, is that you get in when it breaks the highs, and so it's not like the only thing I maybe missed was the volume, but it's not like there's a different way to approach it, if that makes sense. And so I think everybody just wants free promotion, is what I really think. And that in order to get that, they want me to be wrong so I can plug them or take their course. What's up, John O? Good morning, man. We also have BIOC, which had a big day yesterday. I'm definitely noticing the penny stocks start to run a little bit more. Definitely seeing the penny stocks start to make some bigger moves here. This thing went all the way up to 372 and then back down to 232. Nice two-way. Good work, man. Good job, brother. But yeah, I doubt I can trade any of these big penny movers. What was the other one? BIOC and LMFA. I feel like LMFA may have used to be tradable on this one. PCG actually moving a lot here. Surprisingly, is actually up in pre-market. I mean, this one tumbled down for days and days, and now it's finally bouncing back a little bit here. It's at 703. Its lows are at 5, but I think this one's still going down. I still think it's a risky trade just because, this thing could get bankrupt, delisted anytime. What's MBOT doing? It's spiking up again here. LPCN. Yeah, this one's actually moving. I think this one's tradable. No, this one's not tradable, I don't think. No. Yeah, the penny stocks are starting to really run here. What's the overall market looking like? Market is down. AMD's down with it, so maybe we will get AMD and the market to follow each other. They stopped following each other about a day or so ago, and so maybe we'll get that here. But I think with AMD, if you look at it, yesterday had the lowest opening in volume in like months and months. And so, for instance, like if I go back in time here and I look at how much volume it's had in 3 months or so at the open specifically. Like you see this line here. This is where it opened up yesterday. And so you can see every day is above that line when it opens in the last 3 months or so. So it's like, I got to look at the volume as well. You can see every day in the last months and months, it opened up above that line. So yesterday the volume was just really low at the open. And so maybe that's something else to include in the trade. Closest it came was September. But even still, it still opened up above that level. Yeah, 90 days. Hadn't opened under that level once. CRMD. Yeah, I think I looked at that one. Hold on. Yeah, I see you, two-way. I see you, bro. LPCN, Lipocine's NASH therapy candidate, achieves meaningful liver fat reduction based on interim results. Float 20 million. That's good data. They came in good results, positive results. CRMD. What's up, Joe? CRMD doesn't look bad. I have to look up the news for this one. It's Cormedix. Let me find it. CRMD announced highly statistical significant top-line results for Neutrolin from the interim analysis of the Phase 3 Lockett 100 study. It also announced resignation of members of its board of directors on the 16th, which was yesterday. And so it announced resignation of its board of directors and highly, basically beneficial top-line results for Neutrolin. And that's making it gap up some. So that's a legitimate catalyst, but it's just about whether it's going to hold these gains or not. The volume's still pretty low, even with this gap up on CRMD. And so I just want to see the volume supported a little bit more. Bill, hold on, I'll get it for you. Really, like, the best way to do it, though, is to... Bill, the best way to do it is just to either tell them my name or I can tell them your name. Did you go through my link, Bill? If you went through my link, they should credit me regardless. But it just depends, man. If not, just like message me on Twitter or Facebook or something. And I'll tell you my name. And you can just tell it to them. But yeah, SPY is down. AMD's down. A lot of penny stocks starting to run as well. ACB, ADMP. But yeah, I appreciate it, Bill. Yeah, look at ACB. Whoa, look at this one. Gap down. Big move here. ADMP. Where'd you find that link? Did you go through their site? Did you go through mine? If you're giving me credit for it, I don't know, man. Here, just message me on Twitter at Beginner Trades, and I'll get with you. There you go. And I'll send you my name. You can tell them it was me. Thanks, bro. Aries, how do I check to see if a stock is tradable on TEFs? So to check to see if a stock's tradable, you just go to the trade manager. You go up to trade manager, symbol, and then you type it in. A lot of these penny stocks are not going to be tradable. But like ACB is, Cron is, PCG is, NVEV is. And so those are, but like the penny stocks like MBOT is not, NVAX is not, CRMD is not. And so, you know, penny stocks usually aren't tradable, but most other stocks are. Yeah, LMFA is not tradable. I already checked that one. I already looked at it though. I can look at it again though. Hold on. LMFA, didn't somebody mention? I mean, you can always tell if a stock's going to be tradable because, like, look how low this volume was prior to this big spike. And so usually stocks that look like that are not tradable. Here, I can look up LMFA to see what's going on with it. I completed an acquisition of Global Medical Insurance Product Company, IIU. Yeah, it completed acquisition of them, and they're a technology-based specialty finance company. Yeah, the transaction was approved by the board of directors on the 15th of this month, following a legal and business due diligence review and receipt of a fairness opinion. So an acquisition for LMFA, surprising. Cheap stock, buying other stocks. But yeah, look at ACB. I'm wondering what's going on with this one. This one's really taking a hit this morning. All right, so ACB put out a release that said that had plans of a convertible debt offering. They stated that they're planning a private placement of $250 million convertible senior notes that are due in 2024, and then it expects to use the net proceeds of that to fund Canadian international expansion and future acquisitions, among other things. And so ACB was actually on a 6-day winning streak, and now it just broke that, and it's down a decent amount, significant amount. What about SBGL? LMFA up to 214. And so yeah, like I said, I'm gonna look at AMD. This one looks like a higher float, low volume stock. I'm just not interested in trading it. It's gold stock, it looks like, actually, so maybe it'll move if the market starts to get volatile, but if not, it's probably just gonna sit quiet. Bigger float, I can tell by looking at the level 2 and just about looking at how it moves, so I'm assuming the float's bigger. At least it looks that way. What's up, Anik? Good morning, man. All right, day 4 with the opening range breakout strategy. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I think I need volume at the open for AMD. It's down some, but the volume's not that bad. Let's look at what it was yesterday. All right, volume right now is about, I don't know, 30,000 shares on average in pre-market. Looks like it was a little bit lower the prior day. A little bit lower the day before too, so maybe we'll get a little bit better volume. I think maybe we'll get a gap fill today for AMD. It just depends. What's up, Anik? Am I shorting AMD? I'm doing either way. It's the opening range breakout, so if whichever way it breaks after that first 5-minute candle is usually the way I'm gonna go. At least today, I think I'm a little bit more inclined for an upward move, but we'll see. But I'll be right back, guys. All right, I'm back. But yeah, I look at LMFA starting to spike here. It's up to 234s now. Yeah, the penny stocks have definitely woken up in the last few days, which probably is a little bit worse for the strategy I'm using. But it's kind of like I said in the video I uploaded yesterday, is that it's still too early to tell. I mean, it's really only day 3. And so, I have to stick with it for at least 20 days, I think, to see if it's really going to be viable. Yeah, ACB is heading down, Rommel. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, if you look at the few months back on AMD with the opening range, it's super accurate as long as it gives enough volume at the open, I think. But really, really accurate aside from that. So I just need to wait for that. MS, Roku. Yeah, look at Morgan Stanley. Big drop. Look at this candle. Roku. I used to trade Roku. Yeah, I mean, I'm always looking for kind of higher cap stocks to trade with the opening range breakout and stuff like that. Roku looks good for it too. Wow. Roku actually looks really good for this. I don't know if it's just the overall market or what, but Roku worked a large majority of the time with it. Right, that's what I just looked at, Quentin. Like, I just looked at, like, I don't know, like 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks of ROKU with it, Quentin. And it looks pretty accurate. Like, look, like we can count it up really quick and just do like a little mini back testing session on it really quick. Like, watch. So just from what I've seen. Alright, yesterday, success. 1, success. Day before that, maybe a failure. So, like, let's start documenting this. We got 1 success, 1 fail. But one thing I noticed is that you keep going back, it just has more successes. Definitely a success on this day, 2 success, 1 fail. This looks like 1 as well. It looks like it would have gotten that range. So it's 3 successes, 1 fail. This one's definitely a success, 4 successes, 1 fail. 5 successes, 1 fail. 6 successes, 1 fail. 7 successes, 1 fail. 8. 9. 2 fails, so 9 and 2 right now. That's a fail right there. This is a success, so 10 and 2, 80%. This would be a fail, so 10 and 3, 70%. This would have been a success, so 11 and 2, 12 and 2, 12 and 3, 12 and 4, 12 and 5, 12 and 6. So yeah, I got a little choppy here. 12 and 7. Kind of, this would have worked. 13 and 7. 14 and 7. So now it's at about 66%. And so, I don't know, about 60-70%. The accuracy looks good with it. But you can see sometimes when it had choppy days, it slowed down. But yeah, interesting there. So it had about what, like 12 and 7 or 13 and 7? Maybe 14 and 7. Look at LMFA Go here. Probably not. I mean, I'm probably just gonna. It depends. It really depends. Like Roku actually looks pretty slow this morning. And so, but really, if I'm going to, I think I need to just stick with the stock I back tested. Look at PCG here. Wow, LMFA PCG really starting to spike here. Look at these two. Yeah, PCG bouncing back up surprisingly. Let's see if there's any catalyst for PCG or if this thing just got hit so bad that people just naturally became long biased in it. Let's look. So yesterday, PCG got its rating cut again. The only good thing that I see out for this one is that Blue Mountain Capital Management, which is actually a shareholder in PCG, said that they did not agree with the bankruptcy decision. It sent an open letter to the board of directors of PG&E Corp, which is PCG, and challenging their plans, and announced, or maybe it's not the same, but they sent an open letter to PCG, challenging their plans, and announced January 14th to file for Chapter 11. And they said, quote, "There is overwhelming evidence that PG&E is solvent. We simply cannot recall a situation where such a valuable company filed for bankruptcy with such blatant questions about the necessity of doing so," reads the letter. Maybe that's causing some long bias, some good upward bias in the stock. I don't know, man. I'm not touching that thing. I think this thing's going to be done in a few days or weeks, maybe. But who knows, man. It could push up, but I'm not touching it. Yeah, definitely, Mike. Yeah, I'm not touching it either, man. It's just, it's up a lot of volume, but I'm not messing with that right now. No, Anik. John, could you tell me the process after purchasing the TradeNet package? Really, it's just kind of like every time I've gotten it, Anik, I pay for it, I sign everything, and eventually within like a few days, you'll be contacted by your account manager. What I usually do, it depends on if you want to take the course or not. I would usually just tell them like, look, like I'm not really going to. I don't really want to take the course. I'd rather just have my funded account, now, if you could. If you could send me my funded account ASAP, that would be great. And they usually send it to me within a day or two. And they send me my login within a day or two. So you don't have to take the course, I don't think. But it's best to ask them. But from my experience, you don't have to take the course. I never have. I mean, I've looked at the course, but I bought a package and never even looked at it though, and so I don't think you have to. Yeah, LMFA looks good. Not tradable though. Very low volume prior to today. Look how slow it was. So usually these stocks aren't listed. No, I never have Renwick. Casey in our class has though, and he said that, like I said, he said he requested the withdrawal on the 10th of December and received it on the 19th, so he waited 9 days for it, and so it seems pretty quick. I haven't really heard of many people saying they haven't gotten their payout. I think they're pretty reliable with it, and if anybody tries to act like they aren't, unless it's kind of some weird outlier circumstance, that they usually are just trying to hate on them for whatever reason. Day trader, so I would say two things, man. I would say check your junk folder on your phone, and if not, if you want to message me, I can reach out to them for you, but I would check your email, man. Also, day trader. So that happened to me before where I signed up and I didn't get my funded account. It happened because there's two contracts you actually have to sign after you sign up. And if you don't sign those two contracts, then they're not going to send you your funded account. And so, if I were you, I'd make sure you have signed those two things with TradeNet if you're looking to try to get your funded account. And, check your junk email to make sure, or your spam email to make sure they haven't emailed you. Yeah, for sure. A lot of redness. Well, hopefully AMD gets a better range today. What's up, Sheev? Yeah, like I said, I've never had that happen to me, day trader. So just reach out to them. If you have trouble, let me find Tef's email. Just email Tef's and ask them. But yeah, I mean, usually they get to you pretty quick. Hold on. Let me find it. Yeah, email. Let me find it for you. Hold on. Email info@tefsec.com. Info@tefsec.com. And just tell them. Just say, hey, I signed up, haven't received it yet. And they'll get it to you. Really? See, mine only took 3 days. Jody said, could you please explain your strategy for open range? My strategy for it is to wait for this first 5-minute candle to form, and then mark the high and low of that, and then get in once it breaks these highs or lows. At least that's the one I back tested. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Yeah, I guess it could vary. Dex says his took 2 days. They're usually pretty quick. Yeah, mine too. Mine usually took a day or two. It depends. Like if there was the weekend, like for instance, if Day Trader for Life signed up before the weekend and then, had to go through the weekend, obviously it's not going to be 2 or 3 days because they're not going to do it on the weekend. And so if that's the case, it may take longer, but usually it's pretty quick. At least for me. All of mine have been within like 5 business days, I think. All right, guys, we got about 5-6 minutes left. Let me make the thing just in case Mitch wants to join us today. Yeah, I'm opening this up just in case. Mitch said he may grace us with his presence today, but if not, no stress. Look, he said he is here. All right, Mitch. Yeah, I just sent you it on Mitch the Legend, the Myth, Mitch Guys Trader. All right, yeah, look at CGC as well. CGC down. SPY overall is down. AMD down. PCG up. BIOC had a big day yesterday. NBEV kind of break even, down. Look at CBS here. CBS. Whoa. CBS getting a big spike here. Up to 48.80. Mitch is at work, Jack, and so Mitch is working right now. He's trying to sneak in, All right, we got 3 minutes, guys. like I said, I'm just going to stick to the strategy. As long as the volume looks good today at the open, I'm just going to stick to the strategy. Maybe give myself a little bit tighter risk. I was also looking at it and noticed that if I let the stock break over, like, say, 8 or 9 cents at the open, then it has a much better chance of success, because a lot of times when it fakes you out with these quick wicks up and down. And so if I give it a few seconds and let it actually break first, I think that's a better idea. Gotcha, two-way. Let me pull those up. But yeah, all I can really say is, like, if today is a losing day for the opening range breakout on AMD, yesterday we had a lot of we get people that are always trying to get free promotion on my channel. We get people that are always looking for free promotion, and with that, they essentially want me to be wrong so they can try to pitch me their educational stuff, so I'll promote it for them, right? But, like, the thing with the opening range breakout is that it's a very black and white strategy. It's not like it's subjective in the way you follow it, at least in the way, I've been doing it. And so it's very black and white, either it works or it doesn't. And so coming out with 3 days in, after 3 days only of me using this strategy, telling me this is what I'm doing wrong and this is what I'm doing wrong, is unnecessary. And like I said, I think a lot of people just want free promotion. But if today is a losing day, and some people come out of the woodwork trying to say, this is what you're doing wrong, this is what you're doing wrong, I'm really just going to get frustrated and probably just mute you. Because, like I said, I have to let the strategy work for me. You get a random distribution of wins and losses. And so, when I backtest the strategy, that's what I backtested for. Like, that's why I backtested it, so I could see the accuracy rate beforehand. And judging it 3 days in, off of results for 3 days, I think is a little naive. And so just giving everybody a heads up with that. But yeah, we got 20 seconds, guys, so good luck. Let's do this. Here we go. Here's the bell. Good luck, all. Alright, AMD really taking a hit here. Big drop right off the bat. Down 20 cents or so already. Let's look at the SPY. What I could really hope for, though, is that it follows the SPY to a certain extent. That's what I really want, is I want AMD to follow the SPY. It makes it a lot more easy to predict. SPY is up. Now let's see what kind of volume we get from this first 5-minute candle. We need over 2 million at least. Alright, SPY is up. NBEV taking a big drop. PCG down. CBS had that big spike before the open. It's not really doing too much. But yeah, look at this drop on NBEV. Big drop here. Same thing with AMD, I guess, on a 1-minute chart. Yeah. It's doing the exact same thing it did yesterday, except at this time 1950 instead of 2050. NBEV sideways, cron down. What did LMFA end up doing? LMFA dropped. Alright, so we definitely have more volume than we did yesterday, assuming that we continue to get some movement here for AMD. Alright, SPY is pushing up. It actually looks like AMD is kind of going against the SPY now. I'm looking at it in either direction. I guess I'm more long biased, but I don't know. It's a pretty big drop for AMD on the downside now. And so really it all just depends on what the SPY does, how closely it follows the SPY and stuff. You know, like I said yesterday, the problem with AMD is that it was just really, really choppy at the open, and it wasn't really following the SPY. Alright, SPY spiking up again, up to 2060s, or 260s. It's at 260.50. Oh, sorry, brother. There you go. What's up, man? There you go. All right, we got Mitch here, guys.
All right, thinking about MBEV here for a fade, but should have got in there in the 46s. I'm a little late, so I don't want to make too quick of a move here. Make sure I'm taking my assessments.
All right, we got about a 45 cents, about a 35 cent.
Oh, MU for the fade. I missed that one. I would have liked to have taken that fade for MU.
Yeah, AMD is really washing out. It's a 40-cent candle, so I may use 300 shares, scale it down a little bit since it's a larger first candle.
Dang, not gonna lie, I'm kind of upset I missed that MU fade. It's an easy one.
Definitely. AMD is really getting hit here, though.
Easy. Could have got in there at 33.10s, risk off of 25s. Instant move to 83s to support. Why do I hear an echo? Your big echo.
Whoa. So AMD is trading against the SPY today, which is definitely a little bit different than what I'm used to. AMD bouncing back up.
I think one of the things you're going to have to determine is if you only want to trade when the SPY is trading your direction.
Yeah, that's something I'm going to have to watch for sure. You know, whenever I was in AMD, it was because the SPY was with it, you know. But it's it's definitely not following the SPY right now.
All right, we're getting squeezes out of the first short pattern. At least MBEV squeezed out of it.
AMD might be a fade here on the 1 minute chart. Look at AMD on the 1 minute. Beautiful fade. Setup at least.
Looks more like a red to green, and that's what I'm seeing from other stocks. With the SPY up.
Yeah, for sure. At least a lot of the cannabis stocks are squeezing up as well. I mean, honestly, I like AMD if it squeezes up here and breaks the high of the day for kind of a washout long type of play. Kind of like what Mitch said. But it would still be an opening range breakout, but it would have to push up here. Right now, it's still kind of in that range. The microchip sector, you mean, Todd? All right, AMD faded nicely there. LMFA giving it back here. Look at YNDX, man. YNDX is crazy move. Look at that one. Look at that gap fill. Yeah, with MU, let's look at the other microchips. MU's down with it. So the microchip sector is down. Yeah, CGC up, NBEV up. Cron trying to push back up here.
MU was a really good trade today. I think I was just a little late. Never able to really take it. Maybe on that last bounce.
MU. Yeah, AMD faded. Yeah, music's playing, bro. Yeah, I hear the music. There you go. All right, 1907 is the area I'm looking at on AMD. MU sector broke the lows, or microchip sector broke the lows on MU. All right, there's 911s. That sucks, Todd. Hope you feel better, really. Nice two-way. All right, 09s, 08s. Eights. All right, I'm in with 300 shares. Hopefully we don't get a fake out here. But let's see what we get. Got kind of a big range to take advantage of, though. It's about 5 cents or so, or about 50 cents or so. So it's a big range. It's got to break over 19 as well.
Marley, stop, buddy. Give me a second.
Marley's upset. Alright, it's testing this low again on AMD. There's 4s. Threes. See if we get that 19 break here. It's going to struggle, it looks like here. Trying to break that whole dollar of 19. MU. Let's see if that 1910 area holds as resistance now. I think that's a big level to watch.
I'm expecting a bounce back here on MU to the 33 level. Risk would be off 33.13. Profit potential 30 cents for 13-cent risk. It's not a bad trade. Just got to watch how it appears if it bounces up to that level.
For sure.
Overall market's still up for the day.
Yeah, SPY is up. All right, we're back up to the 10s. Like I said, I want to see it hold resistance here, but it's a big if on AMD. Kind of squeezing back up. See if it fades again. If not, maybe it goes the other way. Maybe see if AMD has another fade here. That first fade looked good. Still a little too early to tell though. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. And we'll see. I mean, still a little early to tell. The range of that first candle was so big. That's why I used 300 shares this morning. But let's hope we get a fade here. If not, I mean, maybe use that 1930 level as my risk or so. I think that it could consolidate kind of in between this range since it's such a big drop at the open. But I see MU bouncing back as well. But really, it kind of looks like a fade on the 1 minute, so I just got to watch it here. I see MU starting to squeeze up as well, so got to be careful with it. Don't want to get caught in a big squeeze up. Appreciate the sub. Manuel, appreciate it, man. Welcome, brother.
Looking pretty strong there in MU.
Are you in MU?
You there, John?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, can you hear me?
Seems like I lost John.
No, I'm here. Maybe I'm muted on the other end. Oh, sorry, bro. I've been muted.
No stress.
Yeah. Are you in MU?
No, I'm looking at it right now. I'm thinking about it. Just curled down. My only problem is the SPY being up where it is.
Yeah, they're not trading with the SPY today. Yeah, makes me not like it as much either.
Yeah. To me, it looks like a red to green move, so it's kind of hard to trade it here. If I sell the SPY, get under that 260.60, and it comes or reverses, then I can maybe think about it. One of the key things that I've been using more is more of a 15-minute chart on the SPY, and I need it to be bearish if I'm going to go ahead and kind of short into this.
Yeah, I'm definitely watching MU pretty closely here, being in AMD and other microchip stock. We'll see. I mean, MU kind of broke above the VWAP, but if it keeps dropping, AMD might follow through with it as well. But it all depends, you know. I don't think the microchip sector is necessarily following the market that closely today, obviously, since microchip sector's down significantly and the SPY is up. Yep, AMD squeezing back up here. Like I said, I think I'll leave that risk of 1932 or so. I think that's a reasonable risk with the microchip sector starting to spike up.
Trying to take a trade here on the long side for MBEV for a flag. Got to get in at 62s or 63s. Then I can risk off of that 59 or 58 level.
All right, this is where I got to be really careful with AMD.
I might have missed my buy there on MBEV. Looked like a good flag breakout there buy.
Market's starting to turn around some here. All right, I'm out. I didn't want to get caught in this squeeze up anymore. But yeah, man, it's kind of a cruel world that trading is, because it's like I backtest the setup. It works so often, and then like as soon as I hit live money, like literally the first week I used live money, the strategy just stops working. And so
This
very
is
kind
part
of
of how it goes, brother. It's not that it stopped working. You've had some losses. That's
well, I mean, here's the thing, right? Like I think
working is not considered realized profits.
Right,
That's
for
not
sure.
what you know what I mean? I think, part of the troubles of starting a new strategy is realizing it's a new strategy. It's not proven. It's of course has uncertainty for right now until you can trade it 20 times at least.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's early still, but like I said, frustrating regardless. I think there's a few things I'm learning from it though. One of them being I should let it break past 10 minutes under or 10 cents past the lows, right? Because you get these little quick wicks down and then it moves up, and this is like the third or fourth time that happened. And so with that, I guess another possible trade idea would be to let it break over 10 cents first, so it actually gets some distance away from that low before jumping in.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm seeing MU reject off that resistance 32.26. What we really need to see is the SPY come back down if we're going to short this. If not, then we'll let the stocks just continue pushing on their way out. NIO looks interesting, but at the same time, with this SPY getting up there now, the 261s getting near those levels of yesterday, we need to watch this and see what's going to happen. I'll be right back, guys.
But yeah, there's a few things I'm noticing from it. Overall, though, I'm keeping my losses pretty consistent, and so I'm using the right share size with these. But a few things I'm noticing. The first one is that, like I said, usually when it does stop me out or fake me out, it does so within 10 cents, right? Like in this case, it was 7 cents. And so that's something to take into consideration. Another thing, like Todd said earlier, when AMD's not following the SPY as closely, it definitely doesn't work as well. Good luck, Quentin. Yeah, it's kind of like I said earlier, though, guys. It's like this the strategy I'm using is so black and white that it's like I back tested it, I paper traded it. You know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But it's not really anything that I did wrong. It's just that I'm just following the same strategy that I tested and back tested. You know, and so it's like when it doesn't work, it's just one of the instances where it doesn't work. And like there's little things I can get from it. Like if it fakes me out, it usually does so within 10 cents. You know, and stuff like that. But overall, you know, I think that the strategy is pretty black and white, you know, and like the way I laid it out, like I said, a lot of times I get people trying to do free promotion from the channel, and so they wait for me to be wrong, and then they say, oh, well, you're doing this, and then this wrong, and then this wrong. When really it's like, you know, all I did was back test the setup and set the plan up. You know what I mean? And so it's like if I'm wrong, it's not from me doing anything wrong necessarily. It's more so from the strategy just not working today. And like I said, that's the cruel thing about it is that like when I back tested it, it works very, very similar every day. And then when I move up to live money, as cruel as it is, it just hasn't been working as well this week. And I will say it's super tempting to want to jump in AMD here if it breaks these highs and starts to head up with the SPY. But I understand that like that's what got me yesterday. Maybe if it breaks over 10 cents, so like if it breaks over 1960s or so, I'll consider it. But that's probably the only way I would consider getting in a trade. And if I do, it's going to be smaller sizing than before. Also, I have to look at the just plain old range breakout in AMD to see how well that's been working. Like the 1 minute range looks viable too. Not, oh, yesterday's kind of so-so. Appreciate the sub, Cody. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it. QTT popping up on the scanners. Man, look at QTT go. Huge spike up here.
All right, guys, I'm back. What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
Hey, man, part of it is just understanding your strategy is an opening trade. It's not about over trading it. It's not about trading it multiple times a day. It's one in, one out. Whatever happens is what happens.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's how we trade.
I appreciate the sub, War. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. But yeah, QTT up on the scanners. Another thing is, like, I also got out a little early. You know, I was supposed to get out at 1950, right? And so if this goes back down, then that's a mistake that I made. And so I'm curious to see if it heads back down and actually breaks those lows. Because if it does, that's my mistake. Because really, with the strategy, I'm supposed to get out at 1950. And I think I'm just getting used to the bigger sizing. Maybe unwilling to accept the risk with the original risk I gave myself, which probably should have been the right risk. What's up, Tiny?
It's interesting right here for a VWAP bounce play, an MBV, but it's a flag. Clear risk right underneath. You can do 57s or 55s.
Yeah, I don't mind 55 there as risk. It doesn't look bad there with 55 as a risk. Yeah, welcome, Tiny. I wish I could be doing better for you, Tiny, but yeah. It's like I said, you know, it's one of those things where it's like I back tested the strategy, I tested it, and so it's like I'm just kind of sticking to the strategy I gave myself.
That you gotta pay attention to. I just looked down and realized I got 500 shares of MBEV at 60.
Hey, well, you're up, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, let me pull you up.
I'm about to take some profit here as it goes to 70.
There we go. All right, I got you up.
Seeing a downturn in MU though.
Yeah, that's what I said. Maybe I got out of AMD a little bit early here. Like that's the only thing that I'm like thinking about now, because like I said, I'm supposed to stick to that 19.5 risk, that 19 and a half risk, right? Like that's supposed to be my risk. And I got out at 1935, so 15 cents early. And maybe this will kind of reinforce that I have to stick to my risk, even if it means using smaller sizing. But definitely watching it now for sure.
There is a move. There's a little bit of buying. Some buying at 65s there.
Oh, Scott, it's the opening range breakout strategy, Scott.
All right, there we go. Move to 68.
And so I'm just kind of analyzing now. You know, I could go back to paper and continue.
Took a little bit off there, guys, just to pay myself.
I could go back to paper and start testing it that route again for a little bit longer before using real money, which I wouldn't mind doing. But I think another one of the problems that's going on is that I'm not used to the bigger sizing. So like I said, I think I exit my risk a little bit early. Unwilling to accept the risk that I originally gave myself, and that's something I have to look into as well. But I could go back to paper. Yeah, no stress, Scott. Yeah, I mean, I got in when it broke the lows. Like I said, my risk was supposed to be 1950 in the trade, and so it's like maybe I got out too early.
Yeah, I got out a little bit early there. I hit the market sell. I should have put out a limit order at 69. And then maybe getting filled when it popped up right there. But the spread got a little spready. Hold on a second, guys. I'm getting a call. I'm going to take the call, but I'm still in the trade here.
All right. Yeah, Mitch is long in NBEV. Looking good for him, too. Oh, also, guys, if anybody's interested in using TradeNet, which is the broker that Mitch and I use, they have their New Year's sale going on right now. I think it's only going on for about 4 or 5 more days. And so if you're interested in, like I said, if you're interested in using the broker that Mitch and I use, you can go through my link and help support the channel. And I'll post that link here. Like I said, not a lot of penny stocks available to trade on TEFs and TradeNet. But if you like to trade stocks over $5, it's definitely a reasonable option, I think. And with the 20% off sale, you're getting the intro package for $400 instead of $500, and you're getting a $700 max loss. And so it's actually favorable terms. So if you're interested in checking them out, there's the link. Just posted it. Commissions are roughly 0.0075 cents per share. So really, if you're using less than 300 shares, it's $3 to $4 per round trip. So pretty cheap. If you're using like 1,000 shares, it's $12 per round trip or so. it's about $12 a round trip if you use 1,000 shares. Pretty cheap. Still kind of watching AMD. Like I said, the only way I'd consider getting in AMD again is if it breaks over that 1260 level and holds. If it does that, I'll consider it. But until then, looks like Mitch is running the trade well on NVEV. I'm down about $100 two-way. It failed again today, which is just something I'm going to have to look at. There's, like I said, there's two things I can take from today, right? The first one is that if it doesn't follow the SPY that closely, then I have to be more weary with it. And the other one is that when it does fake me out, it usually does so within 10 cents. And so maybe waiting for it to break past 10 cents, past that previous high or low, would be beneficial. It's just something I'm going to have to look back at test. But like I said, it's kind of trading's a cruel world where it's like you back test the setup, you have a positive paper trading run, and then when you move on to live money, it just stops working. And it has its reasons for not working. Most of it stemming from the range is a little bit smaller, but definitely a frustrating aspect of trading. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at, Quentin. It's like if it breaks 1950, but if it has to really break it though, like it has to get over 1960 or so, then I'll consider it. Just because it's down so much in the last 2 days, I guess I'm a little bit more long biased on that front, but we'll see. What I don't want to do is get caught in a range-bound move where it goes up to 1950s, comes back down to 19, back up to 1950s, comes back down to 19. Like, that's not what I want to do, and that's very likely as well. And so I'm looking at it at the high of the day, but like I said, it has to really break that area.
All right, guys, I'm looking for this to break out here. 65s is my out on the other side. If it comes reverses. Trying to maximize this up to at least 680.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable, 1930, if it breaks.
Big ass on MBEV at 110. This is what you watch as a long-term trader. If you're in this, you want to see that get filled really quickly. You don't want to see that swing right there. So underneath 70s, I'm going to probably get on out here. I want to see that support hold and this curl around and get to the 80s.
We got O-Trep back in here. O-Trep the hater, he's back in here, man.
There you go. Watch these 75s get filled and the explosion come out here. If it gets filled, these 110s, you start seeing it get hit 50, 60, 40 shares. There you go. You see how that happened right there? That's called reading the level twos and the time and sales there.
He said I was a scam, Pinball, is what he said. He's been in here before. Like I said, the dude's got to be pretty insecure, man. Like the dude creates fake accounts, comes back, creates fake accounts, comes back. So like I said, the dude's got to be pretty insecure to like keep creating fake accounts. You know, like what the point is like what I'm doing here shouldn't bother him that much. And so, like I said, the dude's got to be a little insecure, man. You know, I kind of feel bad for the dude because he keeps creating fake accounts and coming back here. And so it's like I said, what I do here, especially like giving the stream for free, shouldn't bother him as much as it does. Right. It shouldn't bother him that much, man. And so it's like when he keeps coming back, I kind of feel bad for him, you know.
Oof, D-backs tanking there.
Right. That's what I said. The stream's free, you know? Like the stream's free. Everybody here is free. Like the chat's free. And so it's like, yeah, like you could call me a scam, that's fine, but you know, I'm not charging people for it.
Breaking out there, beautiful, beautiful breakout.
Yeah, I think when you do anything cool, Mike, people tend to hate because they're kind of butthurt that they didn't do it. You know what I mean? And so it's like when I have this awesome like community that I built, people are gonna hate. And what I'm doing here, like I said, what I'm doing here shouldn't bother him that much. You know what I mean? Like, and so you kind of throw it off to insecurity. You know, like whatever I'm doing here is making that dude insecure, and he feels the need to create fake accounts to come back here over and over again.
All right, there are those 80s. Let's see if we break out a little bit above it. Pull back immediate. 81s get bought up. 82s there. 85s there. And I'm out.
Good work.
There you go, guys. $53 today. I'm going to take that small gain. Market's still looking bullish. Until that thing crashes, you guys will probably see me trade long. One of the key things that I'm really trying to do is now abide by the SPY overall, especially on a 30-minute and 15-minute chart. If that is bullish, I'm going to remain in a bullish sense. If that is bearish, then I'll be a bear. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Mitch Guys Trader, you guys have a great one.
Later, bro. All right, so AMD did break on the upside now. MU breaking on the upside as well. Like I said, I really wanted to hold first. If I get in, it'll be like 200 shares or so. But I really wanted to hold this level first. I'd rather get in 1960 with like a 1940, let's see, what is this? 46 risk. Let it test these levels, maybe 1945 or 44 to give it a little bit of room. But yeah, my guess is the dude probably is trying to maybe stream himself and he's getting mad because I got a lot of the people here on my stream. And so he's trying to thus criticize me because he's insecure about his own stuff is probably what he's doing. No, even if he did have a stream, I wouldn't post it here, man. I'm not going to give that dude anything. Danny. I'm thinking about it. If I do get in, like I said, I'll have to set a tight risk of like 45 or so. I don't hate that, but I think that it needs, when it does fake me out, it usually fakes me out within 10 cents. And so even though it broke these highs, I want to at least get over 10 cents. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be long. See, this is what I mean. Like, you get these big fake outs right here, which is why I wanted to wait for 1960. It's just, like, the good thing about testing it like this is that there's little things that I can take from it, right? Like, when it fakes me out, it usually does so within 10 cents. And so if the high is at 1950, I want it to at least get up to 1960 and hold before I jump in. Because if not, you get wicked out like this a lot. So I want to give it that time, let it work. Yeah, Danny, I've read Trading in the Zone. Mark Douglas. Yeah, I use Trade Ideas. Shout out to Trade Ideas. I'll post the link. I think they're having like their open house thing coming up, and so let me see if I can find that. Yeah, I use Trade Ideas. Let me log on. I can put the open house link in here. I know they are having their open house thing going on. There it is. So if anybody's interested in checking out Trade Ideas, which is the scanner I use, look, he's here. Right, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. The dude's got to create a bunch of different screen names, right? Like, you know, the dude's sitting there going back. Like, how insecure does that dude have to be? You know, like, how insecure does that dude have to be, right? Like, what I'm doing here shouldn't bother him that much, you know? Especially considering, like, I'm giving the stream away for free. What I'm doing here shouldn't bother him that much. And the fact that it does shows his insecurity, you know? And I think that's pretty easy to understand. But yeah, if you want to check out Trade Ideas, go to that link. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, man. Listen, it's my channel. I can do what I want, you know? And so, if he's upset for whatever reason, that's okay, you know? But I'm not going to let him continue coming here. Eventually, like, the dude's got it. Like, it's kind of funny. Like, the dude has to literally create another email address, sign in, and then go to YouTube, right? And then create his own YouTube account with that. And so it's like, the dude is literally, probably right now, creating another email address, creating another YouTube account to get deleted within like 5 seconds. So it's like, the dude's got to be insecure. Who goes through that much trouble? I mean, honestly, that is actually very possible, Pinball. It really is possible. Not saying I stole his girl, but it could be something of that sort. Not like, I don't know if I actually stole the dude's girl, but like, there are people that I know that do trade that really don't like me for like reasons like that, you know, from a long time ago. And they would still be holding a grudge for it because of what happened. And so it's like, that's actually plausible. And if it is that dude, you know, I'm sorry, bro, you know. Right, I gotta give it to him. I mean, I'm not really crying about it. I'm just kind of talking about it. It's something to talk about while I'm waiting for a trade. It could be that as well, Pinball. I don't know if YouTube would stop it or not, you know. It's kind of what do you get from YouTube, though. Like, you put yourself out there, you know. Like I said, people would have called me a scam and everything like that, but, like, I'm the only person that's, like, showing people my account balance. I'm the only person that's, like, streaming all of my trades live. everybody else on YouTube, they may stream, they may upload their trades after the fact, but like they're hiding everything and they're doing it for a reason. And so it's like, like you could say I'm a scam, but really I'm the most transparent person on YouTube, regardless of whether I'm winning or losing. And so I just try to give people an outlet to learn to trade. And if people want to hate on that, that's fine. Yeah, I appreciate it, Mike. Yeah, new. Yeah, new. Have a good one, man. I mean, you've seen kind of butthurt since you got in here, brother. So yeah, have a good one, bro. Kind of seems like you came in here trying to criticize, especially considering, like I said, commissions were like 0.0075 cents per share, and you took like a little bitty detail and criticized me for that. So have a good one, bro. There you go. It's the great thing about having my own channel, where it's like I can just do what I want. Yeah, no, like I said, New came in here trying to criticize. Like that's what he was doing. Very, very obvious. Hey, do it, Mike. I'm down, bro. We can't talk about drama no more, Quentin. Come on, man. Gives me something to talk about. Yeah, that's right, man. It's good to be king, Jono. That's right. My channel. I do what I want. Right. That's right, Todd. If you don't have anything nice to say, bro, you know, don't say anything at all. All right, so now I'm looking at AMD. Like I said, 1960, 1943 risk is the only thing I'm really looking at here. Best broker to short? I mean, best broker to short, it's all subjective, man. Some brokers, like, you're going to be able to short penny stocks more, and some brokers you're going to be able to short everything else more, and so it just depends. Yesterday when you left early, I went to look at another channel. They curse a lot to the one that give him problems. I don't like his channel at all. Thanks for being a good guy. Yeah, I mean, listen, man, like people say I'm too passive, right? And maybe that's true. Like I said, I don't ever claim to be an expert or a guru or anything like that. Like I tell people what's helped me, and then if they can find value in it, that's great, And I just try to let people watch like the real process of trading, like what trading's actually about, you know. I'm not hiding my account balance because I think it's important, regardless of whether I win or lose, for people to keep track of like what I do and like what I'm doing. And so, you're not going to really find anybody else like that on YouTube. Like they may stream, but they're not going to show you their account balance. They're not going to live stream every trade they do and actually show you that trade. They're going to upload a winning trade after they close it down. Like, look how much money I made. But they're gonna hide everything else. That's the goal of the channel, is just to be transparent, regardless of whether I win or lose. And like I think that's the most important thing about it. And so people are gonna hate because people, like I said, anytime you do anything cool, people are gonna hate on you. So AMD's getting close here. Interesting though, AMD still has it broken over 1960. Yeah, that's why I don't know, Scott. Like I said, over 1960 looks interesting. Another, like, I'm watching a few stuff. Like you can see, I'm watching a bunch of other stuff here. Um, I'm looking at MU. MU kind of broke out on the upside and kind of held support where that previous high was. And so I'm looking to see if AMD does the same. And really just looking at like the sectors in general. Like the SPY is kind of up some. Well, AMD hasn't really been following the SPYs close lately. AMD hasn't really followed the SPY as closely as it had in the last few days. Right. I mean, that's what I try to do, man. You know, like I always say, Illard, like I'm just trying to be honest with people about it. And if people want to hate on it, like that's usually due to their own insecurities with whatever they're dealing with. Uh, and so anybody that really understands that type of psychology can understand, like if people are going to hate, they're going to hate. You know, usually it has to do with them more than me. And so I think probably the biggest thing is like I just have to learn to ignore it. But AMD climbing back up here, watching MU and the SPY pretty closely. I bet you Otrep's mad about that one. I called it right before he could say anything. Right, he got a J out. He got a J out before I stopped him. Yeah, for sure. The dude's got to, like I said, I'm not going to keep talking about it because that's probably what he wants. But the dude's got to be pretty insecure, man. To let what I do here bother him that much, it shouldn't. And so the fact that he keeps creating names, you know, kind of feel bad for the dude. But yeah, AMD still hasn't gotten over that 1960 level yet. That's kind of what I'm watching at this point. Only thing I'm really watching. My guess is really that he was trying to type something else and he accidentally typed a J first. Um, and so he was probably getting ready to write something else, and then I banned him again. So that's why I said he's probably a little upset about that one. Right. I mean, it's like I said, anytime you do something cool, people hate on it, and so they're to be expected. Man, that is a conspiracy theory. I don't know if I would have the. I don't know if I'd be able to manage it that well, though, pinball. Yeah, still watching AMD, man. It's been super choppy these last few days, so hopefully we get a better range eventually coming out of it, but super choppy. At least, I gave myself that 1960 level, and I like that level at this point. Hey, I appreciate it, Aurora. Appreciate the support. This previous trend line, let me look at it. It's 1975. It's the quarter dollar. It's also the low over here. And so I think that's a reasonable area. Like I said, if I give my risk of down here, it's good risk reward. Appreciate it, Pablo. Yeah, I appreciate the support. Yeah, it's kind of like I said, like for every hater, I probably have 5 people that actually appreciate the channel. The haters are just louder. You know what I mean? All right, SPY's starting to push back up here. Oh yeah, no stress. I mean, the thought process at this point is a gap fill strategy on AMD, right? So like if it breaks this, it could fill this gap at least up to 1975 where it closed the prior day, and so it's kind of a gap fill strategy. Opening range breakout, but on the upside is what it would be. Like I said, they're still kind of looking at different strategies and testing them, and so I'm going to use smaller sizing with it if I do get in. But this 1960 level makes sense. It's over 10 cents past the previous high. It's also the high right here, and if I extend this to the left, it confirms it a bunch, specifically right here. So I think this 1960 level is reasonable, is setting a risk of under 1950 or so. Yeah, I mean, if you do that, Pablo, like I said, best advice I can give you is just to be honest with people. There's way too many people on YouTube right now in the trading world that, they hide their account balance, they hide their profit and loss, they only upload their winners, they never upload their losers, and then they kind of just try to wrap people in that way. So if you're going to start one, man, just be honest with people about it, regardless of whether you're winning or losing. I think that helps my channel grow more than anything. It's just being kind of the outlier that's actually honest with people about everything. Too many people just upload their winning trades, never upload their losing trades. And then they could have 3 losses and 1 win, and they'll upload that 1 winner, like, look how much money I made today, when really they could be down some. They're just not showing you those. And they hide their account balance for a reason. If you're being transparent, there's no reason to hide your account balance. You might as well let people see it. If you're not showing your account balance, you're hiding it. All right, AMD getting up here. Yeah, for sure, Mustang. That's probably what I have to do. It's probably what I'm just going to start doing. But also, like I said, if anybody wants to join TradeNet, you can go through my link. I make a commission from it, but if you want to help support the channel and you're interested in using the broker that Mitch and I use, TradeNet does have their 20% off sale going on right now. And so if you're interested in checking that out, using the broker that Mitch and I use, you can go through that link. Like I said, they're not ideal for penny stocks. Most penny stocks aren't tradable in there, so if you're like a penny stock trader, it's probably not going to work for you. Just trying to be honest with people about that. But you know, if you like trading stocks over $5, then it may work for you. Just depends. Do your research. Appreciate the sub, Salmon. Welcome, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate the sub, damn. Nice name, by the way. Also, Daniel. Appreciate the subs. Welcome, guys. A lot of new subs today, so we appreciate it for sure. What do you mean, Mike? What do you mean by that, bro? Yeah, I'm also looking at MU. MU starting to head down here. Appreciate the sub, Nuri. Welcome. Oh, that funding bar is old. As you could probably see, it's like about a few months old. But yeah, if you want to help support the channel, man, you can click the money sign underneath the chat box if that's what you're talking about. Don't feel any obligation to, brother. Like, listen, man, like, I actually make pretty good money on YouTube, believe it or not. And so, I actually make pretty good money, man. So, you know, don't feel any obligation to, brother. I appreciate just verbal support or, you know, just support itself. You don't have to send money if you don't want to, man. So don't stress it. I'm not going to talk about how much I make, but it's sufficient for me. Alright, so I'm in AMD. Just bought in on the break of this 1960s level. We'll see what we get. Yeah, for sure, Todd. So probably be a little bit longer term trade, assuming it fills this gap. Maybe take some at 1980 or so. But yeah, I'm going to close it down, guys. I may hold this one a little bit longer. And so I'll upload a video letting you guys know how this one goes. But like I said, anybody wants to use TradeNet, the broker that Mitch and I use, you can go through my link. Also, shout out to Trade Ideas. They're cool enough to let me stream their scans every day. So go check out Trade Ideas if you have time as well. And I'll post that link here as well. I think they're having like an open house thing. Hey, appreciate it, Sean. Thanks, brother. Appreciate the support, man. Shout out to Sean with the $1 dono, man. Appreciate the support, brother. But yeah, good luck for the rest of the day, guys. I'm recording this trade. I'll update you guys. As long as it stays and continues to push up, I'll be all right. Risk is at about 45 or so. So I'll let you guys know. Later, guys. Have a good day. I'll see you all tomorrow. But yeah, appreciate that, Sean. Later, guys.